Allora, salve, hello. Sono qui con Mirella e con Denise. Come va? How are you, Mirella and Denise? I invited you today to talk about your cooking class. Tell me more about it. And Denise?
My name is Mirella. I'm from Milan, Italy. And I lived 45 years in my hometown, and then I moved to China. And since 3 years, I live here in Aptos.
Great. And Denise?
I'm Denise Ward. I've lived in Aptos now for 21 years. After living as an expat around the world, I lived quite a few places in Asia and also in Europe. So it's nice to have kind of settled here in this beautiful, beautiful place.
So tell me, what brought the two of you together? How did you meet?
Our backgrounds actually, because I was living in Hong Kong and Mirella had just come here from China, and a friend introduced us and thought we had a lot in common and that we would enjoy each other. And we were like, so we have so much in common, not just our travels, but you know, the similarity between my Greek heritage and upbringing and Mirella being Italian and our love of food. So I had been teaching a lot
Mediterranean. I was going to throw in the Mediterranean heritage, right? Yeah.
Yep, yeah. So when I had told her I had been teaching cooking classes for a number of years, she said, that sounds like something I'd love to be involved in.
Oh, wonderful. And it sounds like with your travel background, there you can bring together so many different cuisines from all over the world. That's wonderful. So what is the cooking class called and how does it work?
So the cooking class is called Cooking with Denise and Mirella. So very easy, Denise and Mirella cooking. So how it works, we used to meet in person, so we were welcoming people in our house, our private house, usually with a glass of Prosecco, and then we were cooking together and enjoying the food around the table together. So usually it was a 5-course full meal with wine. But now, since the COVID, we went virtual.
Right, yes. And so you were telling me you had good attendance in your classes in person before. How is your attendance now online?
It's great. I think the combination of the fact that people can cook in their own kitchen and they don't have to get dressed up. Well, not that we had a dress code, but you know, people kind of feel like, okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to meet people that I don't know. So, you know, the people who would come ended up loving it. And of course, sitting around a table, you know, is such a bonding experience. And so we try to create that same experience virtually. It's not the same, of course, but you know, we even have people who know each other, who live in different places, who sign up for the same class. So we try to communicate as much as possible with them during the class and them with each other as, you know, as it allows.
Well, right. I think it's so neat. So do you have to cook at the same time as you are cooking, or do people watch the class and then do it all afterwards?
We allow time for people to cook along. So, but it's a personal choice. Some people, they just prefer to watch and then they're cooking afterward, or they cook along with us. They ask a question if they have some doubts, and then they enjoy the meal immediately afterward.
That's great. So there's flexibility to do either way. And so you, I believe, how does, I guess, one sign up? And also, how do you prepare for this class?
So we have an email list and we send out to everyone on our list. Those people can sign up through Eventbrite and pay on Eventbrite. Then, so we have 2 options. One is with ingredients and one without ingredients. So that means if somebody lives far away and just wants to participate, even from another state, they can do that. The food packs that we're providing are from Seascape Foods of Aptos. And so they put all the main ingredients in a beautiful box with the recipe, and people go and pick them up. So things are pre-measured and ready to go.
That's great. So you just basically sign up, show up on your Zoom invite, and then pick up that box in advance, and then you're ready to go. So you make it really, really easy for people to do.
Yeah.
That's great.
All the ingredients are already measured, so you just need to put them and mix, so make the preparation quite easy. And
so how long does the class last roughly? Does it vary maybe depending on what you're cooking?
A little bit. We try to keep it at an hour because, you know, you've heard that expression, Zoom fatigue. So when you're, you know, following along and, you know, trying to make things and be, you know, paying attention, it's kind of, you know, tedious. So we try to keep it to an hour. And so far we've done a pretty good job of that.
That's really good because an hour is not very long at all considering the cooking time as well. So you have a finished meal basically after the hour class. Okay, that's great.
And
So,
I mean, this is quite difficult to prepare because we have to find a recipe that will be tasty, nice, with showing some techniques, and maybe with some ingredients that are not so common, and everything has to be done in an hour. So this is part of the planning that we're doing ahead.
It's a challenge for sure because we don't want, you know, to put something in the oven for 45 minutes and stand and, you know,
and watch, right, yeah.
So we have to keep it, you know, lively.
Yeah.
Some recipe that we prepare are recipe coming from the Greek heritage of Denise. So some halloumi cheese that not so many people knows, or Denise, you prepare the breadsticks. I prepare risotto with strawberries.
Wow, you're making me hungry already. Yes, I can't wait. So when is your next class, and how much does it cost if someone would like to sign up?
So the next class will be September 16, 5:30 in the afternoon. So in an hour, you will be done and you will have the dinner ready. Perfect timing. It will be a salmon poach with the dill sauce. And since the salmon is quite expensive, so far it's our most expensive class. It will be $49 for 2 servings with the ingredients, or $25 class only. And then we will have another class coming in October where we will make farfalle pasta with shrimps, zucchini, saffron.
Yum. Wow, yeah. So this is such a neat, smart idea because you can basically sign up, have fun, prepare your dinner with your friends, really, and you know, all your ingredients are already prepared. You follow the directions. I think I'm definitely sold on this. So.
We socialize nowadays. It's amazing. But today I put on some makeup to be here.
Makeup for the class, right? Yes. Well, this is wonderful. Thank you. So I will include your information and your email and website so that all my clients can learn more about it and sign up for the next class in September. And I guess a couple of other questions just before I let you go. Because I'm thinking of myself, I guess, is a beginner okay as far as level of cooking? You know, do you have to be an experienced person, or if you're just starting, is that all right to sign up for this class?
Absolutely. All levels are welcome. And I think that for sometimes for beginners, they're kind of more comfortable, honestly, in this virtual format, than in-person classes. We have a live chat going the entire time. So you can ask questions. If you fall behind, you can say, wait, did you add the butter already? I missed it, and so we stop and make sure that everybody's on the same page. And, if you flub up on something, only you will know. So, it's kind of like a secure thing. It's safe, exactly.
So one of us is teaching, the other one is the moderator. And so in this way, everybody can really follow.
So it's really very interactive. It's almost like being all together, but you're not. But if you're able to ask questions and you get answers, that's perfect. That's amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course, we mute everybody because you don't want people to overlap because it's quite annoying. But then we also have some moments with the open mic so everybody can ask.
Everybody can do it. Okay. So the last question I have for you was just about, so you said salmon and then you said, I think the pasta. So the types of meals that you cook are all appropriate for anyone, I guess, for dinner or for lunch, or do you specialize, I don't know, do you do hors d'oeuvres sometimes? Do you do desserts some other times, or is it more main course?
Well, we've only done a few classes now. So far we've done, my last class was called A Taste of Cyprus, and it was a grilled halloumi, which is a Cypriotic cheese that you actually cook. And it was laid on a bed of greens with a nectarine salsa put on top. And then we made these breadsticks with rosemary and Parmesan.
So good.
And so it was something that was more like a lunch, or, with a piece of salmon or, a piece of chicken or something would make a really complete meal. We haven't done any baking or desserts yet, and those are a little bit more tricky because, we don't want to make something that we just put in the oven and we don't,
Right.
Get to interact as much with that. So
that makes sense. Yes.
As well as that, it's tricky coming up with the right recipes that keep people engaged and involved for an hour.
Well, what you're describing sounds amazing. So I think it's wonderful. This is great. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. And I think I'm going to sign up for your September class. So you have one more on your list. Thanks again. Arrivederci, a presto. Grazie.